Today we're gonna talk about the day my life changed. I got stabbed in my neck. The way it happened was I was 19. My Uncle Miguel had just gone to jail. My Uncle Jojo also. I met this awesome girl. Her name was Irene Luna. I met her at the GR office. I had nothing to do in life. I was going to school, continuation, and at the Skill Center in Los Angeles, off on Soto Valley, more or less. So I walked in to the GR office, feeling disappointed, unmotivated in life. Had nothing in reality to look forward for. But me and my brother, we used to go to the Skill Center, and for lunch in the morning, they used to sell us, we had to buy the cheeseburgers, hamburgers, sodas, whatever. It was a continuation school, so they don't sell, they don't give free food. So my grandma used to give us every day $5 each, $5 for me and $5 for Danny. And at a point, it reaches that you feel like you're a baller. So my grandma told me, hey, why don't you go to the Skill Center or the GR office and apply for food stamps. So that's what I did. I went to GR office in Olympic, and as soon as I walked in, I stared down this beautiful, amazing girl. Delgadita, chula, hermosa, with some blue Levi's. Those, like, not Levi's 501, but those, like, Guess Levi's. And she looked way out of the ordinary. She's, like, out of place. She was the most beautiful person you could ever imagine. It was her and her sister had, like, 2 babies. A 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And I turned around and I asked her, I said, damn, you're beautiful. And she's like, looked at me and replied and said, well, you're handsome yourself. And I was like, wow. Not only did I struck a gold mine, but she was interested in me. And we went through the whole GR stuff. Remember, her sister had a Cadillac, and I used to have my Celebrity, 1985 Celebrity Sounds. And told her if I could have her number. Back then, we used to do the old school. We used to carry a pen and a paper. Back then, we had our beepers and all kinds of stuff. Sure enough, as soon as I got home, I called her. I told her, what's up? And she told me where I live at. I told her at the moment I was living in Back Gardens at my grandma's, off on Live Oak. And she goes, where you grew up at? And I told her in the Ramona Garden Projects. And she said, nah, my grandpa was Luna, the big Luna. We know him as El Padre, the Godfather. He was one of our greatest in our projects. The Mexican Mafia. And back in the days, it was different than now. So, that day I called her up. We hit it off. I remember she had the tongue as a menudo. Those juicy lips that can never, ever, ever describe. Butterflies, stars, and everything. The whole 9 yards. I was starstruck, beautiful struck, whatever you want to call it. We hit it off. On our first night that I told her that what she wanted to do, she says, I'm down for anything. Back in the days, we used to have G-Ride cards. Now not gonna say names, but we had a Honda, and that night it was me, her, Trusty, rest in peace, Violent, and Sporty. So we did donuts. We got chased by the cops. We jumped the fence. Ran to the train tracks. The whole 9 yards. We had the chopper and everything. And she didn't get scared. After that, we dropped off the homies. They jumped off the car and we took off to El Sereno. We went up and down through the hills and everything over there by Locke, but on this side of Hunter Drive, there's like a roller coaster, and we were going about 80, 90 miles an hour, and we slammed our car into a truck, truck. We turned, we were hurt, we were in pain. We still drove that car until it burned. We had the chopper, we had the cops, we had the lights over there by Sarah Park. We coasted. We stopped at some apartments right next to the school. Obviously, we got our freak on. We did, which you could imagine. And after like 30, 40 minutes, we walked down to my dad's house in El Sereno, like with my ruca, you know, holding her tight. Cops kept passing by. They kept asking us if we seen something. We were like, nope, we ain't seen nothing. They were expecting a guy or two guys or gangsters. It was just me and Maruca. So we ended up going back to my dad's house. We started painting the room. We must have been on some shit. We painted the room. We made love for like 3 days. While Monday came, we went to school together on my celebrity, and when I got there, my homies were there, and her brother was there. Her brother's from Lincoln Heights. He had just got jumped in. He was 13, and little youngsters were like 12, 13, 14 years old. They were skinny. And all my homies, a night before, they did a drive-by. And then these little homies got jumped into their barrio, which is Lincoln Heights. They're from Clover. And they did a drive-by to our homies, our projects. And my homies were deep, because we used to patrol the school. And we walked in, and my homegirl, my girl, Irene, told me, hey, you know what? One of them is my brother. So I'm like, fuck. So I told her, all right now, about 1 o'clock when we leave, we talk to them and we'll like take off together, and I'll talk to the homies, you know? Sure enough, I talked to Chino. I talked to a couple homies. Trusty, Vance, Sporty, Island, Willing, Sleepy Steve. Talked to them, and I told them to give them a pass, and they said, well, you better fucking walk fast. As soon as you leave, we're gonna fucking get them. Sure enough, I talked to him right there, and with Bobby Loco, he was our dean on the principal's office. And I told the little youngsters, and the youngsters just pulled out fucking knives, and they started stabbing me from the back and everything. I ended up taking one knife right here. I took another knife over here, and then my neck got like about 3-4 stabs, and my heart got stabbed. And all I remember, my hyena, which is Irene, holding me and telling me, what can I do for you? And I told her, you gotta leave, because if you don't leave, you're gonna get in trouble. She said, I'm not leaving you. I'm gonna stay here with you. And I said, okay. So they called the ambulance. The ambulance got there, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to go with the ambulance. Thought I was gonna die. I didn't feel no pain or nothing. And I told the ambulance, I'm not getting in until I talk to my dad. Me and my dad, we had a couple years of falling out, and sure enough, as soon as I called him, he showed up. He had an 85 Cutlass Supreme station wagon, white. And he took me to General Hospital, and because I wasn't in an emergency, we had to go in through General Hospital through the normal way. And I remember that I wanted to faint. I wanted water. I was dehydrated and everything. And my dad tells me, just faint, do what you gotta do, you know. Así como lo dije, and me dijo, as soon as I collapsed, they attended me, and they told me, we can't give you water, or we can't give you food or anything, because you're going to get operated like an emergency. So they gave me a Cupid with white cloth and zip of water, and they're just like, rub it in your lips so you could feel the moisture. And I remember my dad telling me that he loved me and was proud of me, and I felt special. I felt amazed that my dad forgave me for all the pendejadas that I've done in life. And sure enough, I remember sitting down, and they told me that they were gonna give me a shot. And I've been always not scared, but I faint. So they give you a shot in the IV. By the time I had the IV and everything, and I remember this guy. He told me, he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And I looked at him and I told him, "Yeah, I'm doing good. How about yourself?" He told me, you know, you're the last person I'm ever gonna talk to. I said, but by that time I felt like if I was going to heaven, I was just going up. He told me, don't be scared. He was gonna be around me and making sure that everything goes well. He gave me confidence. And suddenly the going up stops. Boom. I remember getting off, and next thing you know, I go into a room. Light. Big light. You know how they say when you go to heaven, you're gonna see the light, angels and all that. Well, I got to experience that. So I ended up going, and there was a big, huge light. And I remember from a distance up, there was like a lot of angels. And I was trying to look at them, trying to see if I'm dead. I went to heaven, I went to hell. And I remember they kept talking and whispering to me, everything's gonna be okay, don't be scared, don't move, don't nothing. And I remember waking up and yanking everything away. Yanking everything away. I'll continue the after. So coming back to my story, like I said, I was in a twilight zone, going to heaven, and then after I woke up, I took everything out. they sedated me again, and I went back to say hi to the angels again. I asked an angel, am I in heaven? And the angel replied, no, but everything's going to be okay. Everything came out good. So next thing you know, I go back to a place, the light's not hitting me no more. And I start going down at a rapid pace. And I mean rapid. And I suddenly stop. Boom. I remember seeing angels floating, pushing me towards another light. I didn't want to go, but I had no choice. Next thing you know, but I felt a couple seconds, they say a couple hours passed by. I woke up and I asked, where am I at? Am I in heaven? How? And they replied to me and saying, no, you just had a surgery. He goes, you should be sleeping by now. I turned around. I seen my grandma, Carmen, Chuy, Amparo. I got to see my dad and the lovely Irene. And Irene said, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to walk away until you're okay. I remember going to the 18th floor balcony, the staircase of that, making passionate love. When I came back down, my family greeted me and told me, "Das carajo, mijo, ni eso te tumba." I go, no, abuelita, ni eso me tumba a mí. Dice, ni siquiera un minuto dejas de pensar en las mujeres, ¿verdad? Digo, no, abuelita. Yo nací para las mujeres. And they told me I lasted, I had to be 4 hours to 6 hours on the operation. I lasted 13 hours. That's why they had to stay me again. And I asked them about the angels. They go, no, that was the elevator going up. And the angels were the doctors. Back then, and back in the days, General Hospital on the 20th floor, more or less, is the operation. And on top, it has, because there were students, UCLA students, and they had asked me if it was okay that if they were there taking notes and all that. I guess I said yeah. So I had like a room of the rooms down here, the lights operation is right here, and on top of it is like a second floor. It's a balcony, and all the doctors were there, just looking down and admiring this hunk of maniac, how they operated on him. They put all my ligaments together. That's why I lost half my face. That's why people say, are you okay? So, coming back to Irene, the next following days, we were throwing a concert in the gym, and we had Art LeBeau's singers. We had the V&E projects coming in, Rose Hill, Dogtown. We had like a peace treaty. This is in 1992. And rest in peace, T-Bomb, Gallo, and Joey. But we know Joker, Little Joker. They end up dragging the body from the gym all the way passing our Cruzado lane and just dumping them there. We got the green light, and it was difficult times, but we managed. Rest in peace, my primo, my hermano, my dog, T-Bomb. They ended up having him killed in the hill. They put a bag on him. It was the biggest vato we had. The coolest motherfucker. Rest in peace, T-Bomb. And going back to Irene. So we end up finishing painting the room. We end up staying like about 2 or 3 months, just having a good time. Going back to another story, her brother and her little homies, they end up robbing a post office lady, the ones who deliver cards. She ended up having a heart attack because they were stealing her purse and the checks from the GR. And she fought it. She had a heart attack and she died. So they came on America's Most Wanted, and they had a shootout, and 2 of them got killed. And Irene's brother ended up doing 25 to life. I went through court. I didn't press charges or anything. Basically, I moved on in my life. My grandpa, rest in peace now. He was with me through the court, through the accident. Güero laughed, Raw, everybody laughed. You know, que pendejo, you got stabbed. For being a tough guy, I don't regret nothing. I don't have hate. When they look at me that I don't talk right or whatever, I see it like a privilege that I'm alive. A reminder for being a cagapalo, for being a snapper. I was fighting, I was doing pendejadas, I got a lot of pendejadas in my life. This is one of the mistakes I got. Now, I'm going to tell you another story, but it's going to be on the teeth. That's another story, so I'll let you know. But Irene, she ended up getting pregnant. She ended up moving to Florida. She told me if I loved her and I really appreciate everything she did for me, which I do, and I did, to let her move on. She found a good Marine guy, and he's offering her a future, offering our kid a future, to be there for him and everything. He thinks it's his when it's mine. That's why I never fought it. I never looked into it. I've had moments whenever I have money and I say, you know what, I'm gonna go search for him. But maybe he's doing good. He has a good life, and all I could do is wish him the best. Okay?